Joshua Evans, the ex-husband of Colleen Ballinger, is setting the record straight on Colleen Ballinger. He's recently come forward in a 3-hour interview with the YouTuber SWOOPS about a bunch of things about Colleen Ballinger and her dark side. How he found out that she cheated on him with her current husband, Colleen's relationship with her fans, and a bunch more that happened behind the scenes before Colleen was hit with allegations. Joshua was married to Colleen from 2015 to 2016 after 7 years of them dating. And amid Colleen getting outed for her inappropriate relationship with minors over these last few months, he broke his silence in a tweet late June saying, "This behavior was my reality anytime I spoke up and disagreed with her actions and rhetoric during 2009 to 2016. I was gaslit too. I was made to feel like I was always the problem. Any pain I felt was an inconvenience and I was belittled. Every ounce of what you're feeling, I understand." Well, now Joshua is giving more details on the glimpse of their relationship as well as Colleen as a person, and we're gonna go through all of it in this video. To start off, Joshua reveals that he finally feels comfortable to speak out because it is revealed that for many years, Colleen was in DMs with her fans, getting them to attack Josh and having him be silent.
I absolutely felt silenced. And I felt like I didn't know specifically then that she was orchestrating things, because what she presented online was not go after him. But what she was saying to people in DMs was, he's this, he's that, making fun of me, critiquing things, making claims about me that are not true, things that never happened. But anytime I did try to open up, the amount of hate, the passionate hate that I would get from the people online, it was just never ending. And even when I would stop talking about it or alluding to it, and I would post a normal thing about nothing regarding that, the comments would be full of it, full of "go end yourself, you know, you don't deserve to exist. I know where your next show is."
He says that Colleen's fans were something else when it came to attacking him, that they even went as far as to coming for his little sister, and he even had to end up getting security because he felt like something was going to happen to him backstage. Joshua then talks about how Colleen spoke about her fans behind the scenes. He said that Colleen quote-unquote loved her fans and that it basically wasn't real love and that she was just using them to her advantage. He said that she would say negative things about them behind the scenes and even make fun of them.
Whatever truth I thought was there, she denied that truth and made me feel crazy about it. Or how she would talk about fans, or what she would say about all the gifts that they brought. There was just so many moments where I thought, that's gross.
Would she talk negatively about fans to you behind the scenes? Was that something that happened or happened often?
She, quote, loves her fans. I have a different interpretation of what love means to her. But there were a lot of times where she would talk negatively or make fun of someone or joke about what she was going to do with all the gifts on the tour bus. And I just thought to myself, I would never talk like that. These people are giving us a job. When you love something, there's a part of you that's selfless, or that's truthful, or that's just kind. And I didn't see a lot of that. And to me, it felt like she didn't really love them as people. She loved what they provided for her. She loved the attention. She loved the status. She loved, like, it gave her a thrill and she loved it.
Now here's where the situation gets even more sad for Josh, as he explains how he found out that Colleen had ended up cheating on him while they were married, and it was apparently with her now husband, Eric. At one point, while Joshua was out at VidCon, he was relayed a message that Colleen was out at the house with a bunch of people over, and one of those people were Eric. After finding out about this, he said that he decided to drive home as his gut was telling him something was wrong, and that's when he found out.
It's just hard to talk about. There was a time right before the divorce happened, and it was VidCon, and she didn't stay at VidCon very long. She, at that point, kind of thought, I'm bigger and better than this. Well, I loved it, but she left and went back to our house that we had. Someone communicated and relayed to me, hey, while you're out at VidCon, she's having a few people over to the house. And I was like, who? And they said, Eric, Corey, and a romantic interest, and Rachel and her boyfriend at the time. And I just thought it was weird. And so I was supposed to spend the night that night near VidCon because it was a long drive. Something in my gut said, no, go back home.
Then Joshua decided to confront Colleen face to face, and this is what he told her before he decided to leave her.
She kept messaging me like, are you in your hotel room? Where are you? Where are you? I came clean and I said, I'm actually almost home. And when I walked through those doors, it reeked of alcohol and cigarettes, and no one was there. And then I went upstairs, and she was sitting on our bed playing her ukulele. I could tell she had some drinks in her. No big deal. Have a drink. It's your house. She smelled of smoke, and I was like, what's going on? Where is everybody? Oh, they had to go. They had to leave. And I just thought, just the red flags were popping off in my head. Like, why would you have everyone leave when you knew I was showing up, unless you didn't want me to be around it? But the final words I said to her face, the last thing I ever said to her face, as I was leaving, I turned to her and I said, when you're effing Eric in our bed, I want you to think of me. And I said it right to her face, eyes locked. And her response was, it's not like that, he has a girlfriend. And then what was exposed very soon after was that they had started a relationship. It sucks that that's the last thing I said to her.
That's like if you have not said anything to her.
She threatened me a few months later through text that if I continued to talk about her in any way, shape, or form is what she said. If you mention me in any way, I'm gonna get lawyers.
Joshua said that he also found some Facebook messages on Colleen's laptop that he was heartbroken to find out about. He also mentioned that even though he's healed from this situation and that he ended up having to get a therapist, that during the time he thought that this was all his fault, which was honestly sad to hear.
I had this weird feeling in my gut that we were exclusive. We were saying, I love you. It was this whirlwind romance. I had this feeling in my gut that something wasn't right. I didn't know what it was. And I did a foul thing. She walked out. She was doing something. She left the apartment. And I pulled up the laptop that she was on. And I read some Facebook private messages that she had been sending. And it broke my heart. I caught her sending back and forth messages to a guy that I had already brought up. Hey, who is this guy and why is he saying this kind of stuff to you? Like, I don't think that's appropriate. And she would always be like, oh no, he's gay or he's not into me. What I found was that in those messages, she was saying exactly to him what she had said to me when we were first starting to date and get to know each other. She was using the same catchphrases, and I confronted her about it. The next day, I was still upset, and I remember her saying, if this is how you're going to be, if you're not over this now, then I can't be in a relationship with you, period.
Joshua then talked about the divorce video that Colleen came out with announcing her divorce with Joshua. Joshua said that he wasn't fond if Colleen were to release this video, and he said that Colleen ended up telling him that she was going to release the video whether he liked it or not. Joshua ultimately just wanted to work things out and kind of just take things slowly since this was all just thrown at him all at once. So you could definitely tell there was a power imbalance in this relationship.
Making that divorce video was traumatizing. She had just told me, I'm making a video to announce this and I'm releasing it in a few days. And I said, can we wait? Because you just threw this big thing on me. I didn't see it coming. I don't want to make a video about this. Can we just not say anything? That she was making a video, whether I liked it or not, and that it was going to go out on this specific day. I was backed into a corner. She knew that she had the power. She knew that she had the masses behind her, and she knew that she could say anything that she wanted to say.
And Joshua actually ended up talking about the power dynamics between him and Colleen's relationship. He expressed how he felt Colleen was always contemptful throughout their relationship and felt like he would always have to give in to whatever she would say. He even brought up how his parents brought up an analogy about something called the Colleen train, where you either get on in her life as a passenger or you get left behind. Swoop has been getting a lot of positive feedback for this documentary that she filmed, as it has exposed a lot, especially showing Josh's side to his story and his side with Colleen Ballinger. Here's what some of the top comments on her video had to say. I understand Josh did some messed up things, but how Colleen treated him was awful. I was horrified. I don't think I've ever watched someone take accountability and come away as convinced that they mean it as I do with Josh. It seems like he's really done the work. before. I'm glad you platformed him. This person said, you have to realize that Josh was a victim of abuse. In this time and in this world, he was told this was okay. No victim is a perfect victim. The thing that matters is how he admits to doing this for money and views, and because this was normal at the time, and then follows up with saying that was wrong and I wish I didn't do that. At one point in this documentary, Swoop confronts Josh face to face about some of the things that he was involved in with Colleen, such as things like bringing their fans into hotel rooms and confronting him about that, saying that that was obviously weird and what would have crossed his mind to make him go to that extreme. Joshua admitted that that was wrong of him and that he regrets it. He took full accountability and wished that he would have never done that. Anyways, guys, this was Joshua speaking out on SWOOPS documentary against Colleen Ballinger and everything that he had to endure while he was in a relationship with her. I definitely want to know what you guys think about all the pain points he mentioned in the documentary. Let me know in the comments down below. I love you guys so much, and as always, I'll see y'all in the next video.